The greatest headline I've seen today is from NBC News. This is a all-time banger. Trump DOJ struggles to show evidence of widespread voter fraud. So there is voter fraud. It's just a little spread. It's just small spread, not widespread. It's not like what Joe Biden talked about when he openly declared in 2020 that he's created the greatest voter fraud operation in American or human history. Listen to this.
I think the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
We've put together the most extensive voter fraud operation in the history of American politics. That's what he said. And he followed through on that promise. If Joe Biden kept one promise, it's that. And that's why in every single state in America, there are voter fraud cases. In every single state, convictions and cases. Voter fraud is widespread. President Trump talking about how widespread it is. There are 1,000 people age 200 to 209 that are still collecting Social Security and still voting. There are literally thousands of people that are in their 200 years old that the government keeps sending a check to and keeps sending a mail-in ballot to. Maybe that's why Democrats love mail-in ballots so much. You can see here, this is perfect. There's too many examples to say, but here's like perfect. From Paterson, New Jersey. The city council president and his wife went door to door stealing mail-in ballots to rig 2020 election. The criminal conspiracy was done literally by the city council president driving around, plucking mail-in ballots out of mailboxes and filling them out himself. That's what he did. So that's how imbecilic our systems are and unsecure they are. Dems admit this all the time. For whatever reason, late mail-in votes in key races tend to put Democrats ahead. I wonder why. California is still counting their votes. In Hamtramck, Michigan, a city and municipality that is the only one that is Muslim majority in America, city councilman Abu Musa is on tape stuffing ballots in the middle of the night in a darkened truck. He won by 76 votes. You can see him multiple times walking out with fistful stacks of ballots and shoving them into the ballot drop box. Import the third world, get third world election tactics. Michigan city councilman caught on camera stuffing election drop box with absentee ballots. Wow. It's almost like we should really do something about this to prevent the amount of election theft and crime that there is in our country. And that's what President Trump did today. Donald Trump today followed through on his executive order to secure our elections by announcing that he's going to actually finally do something about it. Postal Service would restrict mail-in voting under Trump proposal. What's this? President Trump insists that the proposal he ordered would crack down on voter fraud. Democrat called it an attempt to seize control of an election. What's going on here? The U.S. chief mailman told lawmakers on Wednesday that his agency would restrict the delivery of mail-in ballots in states that don't hand over a full list of eligible voters in line with proposals ordered by President Trump. Postmaster General David Steiner dismissed Senate Democrats' concerns about the floated regulations are an attempt by Trump to federalize elections, instead characterizing the proposal as an assurance that the right ballots are going to the right people during an appearance before the Homeland Security and Government Affairs Committee. Though any new rule must be approved by the agency's board of directors, Steiner's public support is a boost for the president's efforts to curtail voting by mail, which is long characterized as susceptible to fraud. It is susceptible to fraud. Trump issued an executive order in March mandating the agency propose a new rule requiring that the Postal Service list eligible voters 60 days ahead of the federal election. The proposal comes ahead of the November midterms, and all the right people are losing their minds about it. Like left-wing lib lawyer Mark Elias, who is constantly trying to let travels the nation, suing in order to make sure as many third world criminal aliens can vote in our elections as possible in the most insecure way as possible. I just sent this out. But in light of the postmaster's comments this morning threatening vote by mail, I felt it urgent to post it online for everyone. Please read. Mail-in voting is under attack. Here's what you can do. One of the gravest threats facing free and fair elections is the persistent attack on voting by mail. Voting by mail is like a new thing. You just like created it during COVID. Of course, you created COVID in order to get vote by mail. So how is it under attack? If we just had it for like one election cycle, how is this like random thing that nobody believes is safe or secure and that no other civilized nation does? How is this is suddenly like the newest civil rights issue? No, vote by mail should be banned in all 50 states. You should have to apply for a ballot. You should have to give a reason, like I'm off fighting a war, or I can't walk, and then you can get your vote by mail ballot. It shouldn't be automatically mass sent out to all states that want it. Should not be the case. And that's the case in every Democrat state. The states that Kamala Harris won they all have two things in common: unlimited vote by mail, zero ID checks. Yes or no? If a state refuses to turn in their absentee voter list to the federal government, the Postal Service will still mail ballots under this proposed rule. No, he says. So the proposed rule basically coerces states to hand over their voter rolls or face consequences. Yeah.
Take good care of these. And if you don't do it, you can't mail absentee ballots. You're going to make a decision that people cannot vote by mail. That's unacceptable.
Well,
Thank you,
all
Mr.
that
Chairman.
all that does, Senator, is make sure that we match the ballots that a state believes they're sending out to what actually gets sent out, right? And so,
amazing. This is an amazing power play by Republicans. I've never seen anything like it. The Postmaster General just confirmed that states refusing to hand over their absentee voter lists so that the feds can check the veracity of those lists against who are actual American citizens, that it be checked by the USPS. It's amazing. Using the United States Postal Service as a weapon against voter fraud is awesome. Huge win for election integrity. Postmaster General just dropped the hammer on Congress. The post office will not deliver mail-in ballots to the 2016 midterms to any state that refuses to comply with Trump's election integrity executive order. No more shady, unsecured mail-in ballots for blue states. Sue them, right? Sue them. Show everybody where you stand on this. The Ensuring Citizen Verification and Integrity of Election mandates the use of citizenship lists compiled by the federal database to verify all eligible voters residing in a state. If somebody isn't in the federal database, the United States Postal Service would not send them a mail-in ballot for federal elections. Duh. Looks like Trump's executive order for mail-in votes will actually happen. A judge will undoubtedly try and block it. But the United States Postal Service doing it themselves will be difficult to imagine judges trying to stop it, especially if it's approved by the board. It's amazing. Trump signed the order. Good luck, Libs. Ensuring citizen verification and integrity in elections. Wow. Not deliver mail-in ballots to states that refuse to comply. Good for you. Patriot. Absolute patriot. Quarter of U.S. mail not getting delivered on time. Okay, don't care. All voters must show voter ID. All voters must show proof of citizenship. No mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. No men and women's sports, no transgender mutilation. Save America Act. Donald Trump completely behind it. In 19 states, Kamala Harris won, accepted mail-in ballots without ID verification. There you go. These are the Kamala Harris states, and every single one of them was a rigged election. I wonder if Kamala would have won like more than 2 states if you had actual voter laws. President Trump was in the Senate today, hammering the Save America Act. He canceled a news conference and a signing of a bill until such a time as we pass the Save America Act. So there's this housing bill that everybody loves, and Donald Trump canceled it and said, I'm not going to sign it. It can't go into effect unless the president signs it. So you're going to pass the Save America Act, President Trump, in the
Mr. President, do you still have confidence in Leader Thune, sir?
Are you going to sign the housing bill, sir?
Will you, Mr. President, why are you
The war is going very well. As you know, we're winning by a lot. Iran is making very big concessions, We'll see what happens, but it's been very, very, very powerful. It's going very, very well. Go ahead.
Buying a home is unattainable for so many Americans. Is this election legislation more important to you than resolving the housing crisis?
It's just every election's important. We're doing very well. They want a lot of communists to come in. I'm saying it a little bit differently, but the people that they're pushing are communists, and this country is not going to have communists. Thank you very much.
Doing it. He's doing it, ladies and gentlemen. This is a power play. I wish that he had friends in the Republican Senate to actually pass the Save America Act. They should pass it. We'll see if President Trump's visit to the Senate will change anything. But I love this power play. It looks like, for once, we're actually trying to play for keeps as a party. Well done.